drinking water right now does you nothing. Like, you got to do that the day before. You got to load up. You got to, like, drink water and not energy drinks, like electrolytes and stuff until it's almost uncomfortable so that your body's well and hydrated before, especially if you're going to be doing that much. Like LeBron, where's that number? LeBron has played something like, I'm going to tell you.
118 minutes.
Nah, hell no.
118.
Nah, it ain't 118, bro. It's like 140. So go, what's wrong with this thing?
148. It's something with 8 in it. I just saw it.
Where's my LeBron section? Oh, here it is. Sorry, that ain't it. 142 of the available 154 minutes. This dude is playing.
Yeah,
so, because if you're going to be going that hard, you got to make sure everything inside is lubricated and well-oiled, man. And for a guy who's had that many the issues that he's had over a career, not just, in the pros, but in obviously, or apparently in high school as well with the cramping, it would seem as though, he would have a little bit of a system worked out at this point. But maybe not. Maybe it's just one of those things where he's just so lean.
I saw his routine today. Did you see it?
What
his routine for the day?
No, I'm talking about for the day before. Like yesterday. What's yesterday's routine like?
I'm sure it was the same. I'm sure it was the same. But, basically he was doing a rehydration thing before practice. That's part of his schedule. I don't know if it was just for the day. I'm sure it wasn't just for the day. But, we've seen LeBron's cramps actually affect the NBA finals.
Right.
Like they had to actually come, put their arm, let LeBron put his arms around him, and they lifted him up and toted him to the bench.
And that's the same thing then. They were trying to like pour water down his throat then. I was like, it's too late. You got to put something. You got to get this dude fluids intravenously at this point. If he's cramping now, the water he's drinking now is doing nothing for him. But yeah. So Dellavedova.
You remember?
Go ahead.
You remember I almost died? You remember that?
Who, you?
When I was You remember when I was out running and I got dehydrated? You remember that, man? And I told you I was at Wendy's and I was blacking out at Wendy's.
You almost died at Wendy's?
Yeah, because remember I called you and I was like, Mike, I was like, dude, I am so dehydrated right now. I was like, man, what can I take? I was like, dude, I feel like I'm about to die. He was like, man, you need to get some with tomatoes in it. You were telling me all this stuff.
You sure that was me?
I'm going to call you back.
Was that me?
Yeah, because it was on a Friday, and I made it to work that Saturday, but I was still woozy, though.
That's pretty awesome. So, as you guys can hear, I saved Rob Calloway's life. You guys hear.
You're such a hero.
Exactly.
you say so many.
Look who's on TV, dude. Look who's on TV. Your guy.
Rob Littell.
Get money, cuz. Get money. Yeah.
Black Sports Online.
Anyway, so yeah. And like I said before, if you guys heard us live yesterday, you're going to hear a lot of repetition today because it still applies. The Dellavedova thing is cute. It's a cute situation. But if you're the Warriors, 20 points from that guy, you got to call that an aberration. You can't call that something that even the Cavs are going to depend on. Dellavedova giving them 20 points at the point guard position. No way, no damn way. I read something real crazy today on the under the umbrella of the what ifs that David Griffin, the GM for the Cavs, kind of in the middle of the season, when they were making these moves and everything for Mozgov and J.R. Smith and Mon Shumpert and all that kind of stuff, he was searching for a veteran presence at point guard, trying to figure out what kind of deal, what kind of move he could make to get a veteran presence. And funny thing is, the guy that he targeted to fill that role was Norris Cole, old Cole World. Norris Cole didn't play in Miami this year. He played in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I think
that
was
right?
It Milwaukee? Let me check it out.
Yeah, so Norris Cole, and it's like those small little things that you hear of things that could have happened. Like there's a chance that we wouldn't even be talking about Matthew Dellavedova.
The Pelicans.
One of those bad playoff teams. Yeah, that one. The Pelicans. Okay. So yeah, Norris Cole comes in. The guy with the playoff pedigree, championship pedigree. You think Matthew Dellavedova starting? David Griffin was looking into him because if he pointed out that if you look at the roster, there's a veteran presence at every position. Down the roster, and except at the point guard position, you got a young Kyrie Irving, still no playoff experience until this year. You got an undrafted guy in Matthew Dellavedova, who was like on the roster by a string, kind of sort of at that point in the season. So he's looking to see what moves I can make to like solidify what we're trying to do and making this playoff push. And the name
he's an Ohio guy. He's an Ohio guy too.
Norris Cole.
I'm not sure if you knew that.
No, I did not.
Yeah,
I just got smarter.
He's from Dayton.
So he was looking to bring in possibly a Norris Cole. And it's just, I don't say that for any particular reason. It's just one of those what if situations, like the what if Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving didn't get injured. What kind of series are we looking at? What kind of series is LeBron playing? Because he's going way off his normal efficiency path into this, and yesterday, if you heard the show again before, because I didn't save it either, I was saying that LeBron had become Kobe in a sense. And I read an article today that kind of switched me up a little bit. And it basically said, nah, he's basically Allen Iverson in that Lakers series. I'll shoot, and then on the boards I got Dikembe Mutombo, I got Tyrone Smith, what's Tyrone's name? Big lip Tyrone.
They play for the Sixers. He played here.
Tyrone Hill. That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah.
Oh, you talking about Ty Hill? I'm thinking about Theo Ratliff.
No, not Theo. Big lip Tyrone Hill.
Yeah, big lip. Yeah,
dudes that can work
he played for the Cavs too.
Dudes that can work
for the Cleveland Cavs too.
Dudes that can work the offensive glass, just the same way. You got Tristan Thompson, you got Timothy Mozgov. He made, I forget who wrote the article, but made those similarities. And I was like, yeah, that's probably a better comparison, because if you look at Kobe throughout his finals appearances, for the most part, unless he had like a bad game, he was pretty efficient in the shooting. He may have shot a lot, but he hit a lot too. He hit a pretty high percentage of the shots that he took. And then even before, in the third one, in the third run of championships, or the second run, excuse me. The first run with Shaq, obviously you have Shaquille O'Neal on the team, so your shot attempts aren't going to be as high as they may have been with, maybe a guy like Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum and Ron Artest and dudes like that, and Derek Fisher. So Kobe had his nights where the shot wasn't falling. And yesterday I asked the question, because in talking about Matthew Dellavedova kind of being a footnote in the annals of NBA Finals history. And I asked the question, in Mike's worst game as a pro in the finals, and in Kobe's worst game, who were the guys guarding them? How many of us remember those? Russell who?
Russell. You said in their worst game?
Yeah.
Or what did you say?
In the worst finals game, worst games in the finals. I asked the question, and
did Mike have a bad final?
Hell yeah. See, there's that. Yeah, a couple. Yeah, it's like, as time goes by, the legend grows, and we feel like Mike never missed a game winner, and he never missed a shot. He was always above 50%. Nah.
Well, I know that.
Nah.
I know that.
I mean, I'm being hyperbolic, but you feel what I'm saying. Like, right. the longer it gets away from his playing career, the better he gets in the larger than life figure he becomes. But yeah, I went and actually watched it. They got it on YouTube. Thank God for the miracle that is YouTube. It's like I watched the whole game in like 25 minutes, because they cut out all like the timeouts and the stuff in between the plays.
Right.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome. I did it this afternoon. It was in 1997 against the Seattle Supersonics, and two gentlemen, one name that we all, if you have any basketball knowledge, you'll know the name. Gary Payton. That's who started the game on Michael Jordan. A game in which he shot.
No, that was Seattle. That was Seattle.
What did I say?
Not Phoenix.
I said Phoenix? I meant to say Seattle. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Gary Payton started off on him. It's a game with Michael Jordan. I think shot either 9 for 27 or 11 for 27. They got it pushed in too by like 30 points. The Bulls did. They got it all the way in. It was game 4. But here's the other name. The guy who got the bulk of the assignment. David Wingate. Anybody?
Oh,
Bueller. Bueller. Bueller.
David Wingate. Are you ishing me?
Yeah, Matthew Dellavedova. It's gonna be some dudes doing a podcast in 10 years, and one of them's gonna be like, yeah, Matthew Dellavedova, and the other one's gonna be like, are you essing me? Exactly. Same thing. Point proven. Yeah, man. Like, I don't just make this stuff up, man. I try to speak in the realm of reality. Like, the Dellavedova thing is a cool story, man. It is, no doubt about it, man. They doing big things for him in Australia. Which, by the way, if he wasn't going home crushing it before, oh my God, woo, Dellavedova's gonna go back to the motherland and be like, bang, bang, bang.
The land down under, fold, not the motherland. Down
no,
under.
His motherland, cuz. Not mine.
Oh,
I know where mine
motherland.
at, cuz. No, his motherland. The land down. I know what I'm talking about, fool. Yeah, he goes back to his motherland. Yeah, he can't go back to our motherland doing that. They don't care nothing about him. He's going to go back to his and be crushing it. Oh, yes, indeed. And in Kobe's worst final game, just to put a bow on this whole thing, that finals game, I can't remember what he shot, to be honest. I thought I had put it on my notes, but I did not. That's why, because I couldn't find the actual game. I couldn't find the same type of setup that they had for the Jordan situation. But it was in Game 4 of the Pistons series, so you can assume that it was Rip Hamilton.
Conference final.
No.
Detroit. No.
It's the finals, the actual finals. I'm talking about all bad finals games.
COVID. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So it's against Rip Hamilton. And the one thing you got to understand about Rip Hamilton, too, he is a Reggie Miller clone. So if Kobe was checking him on the other end, guess what Kobe was doing? Running off 5 million screens of possession.
Screens, yeah.
So you can attribute that to the bad shooting night as well. Yeah, I don't just do this for fun. I try to be as practical as possible, to as silly and stupid as I am, to try to at least give you guys a dose of perspective on how things are actually done.
Well, we know Rip Hamilton, though, but I'm just like David Wingate.
Yeah,
like,
get that in your mouth. Get all that in your mouth.
I don't even
drink it in.
I'm going to just be real. I remember, like, as a kid, I want to say I remember that dude playing college, but I just don't remember him in that series, I guess. I don't know.
And you go back and look at it.
Like
I said, Gary Payton started
on
Mike.
A journeyman.
Gary Payton started on Michael Jordan, but then somehow Michael Jordan realized, he's skin and bones. Let me take this dude to the post and start doing my work. So that started happening, and then they switched the assignment up, and David Wingate, I guess you could say, did his thing. And then at the end of the game, like, somebody wanted to, you know what I didn't look at? I didn't look at what Game 5's numbers were, because somebody decided they wanted to talk junk to the greatest ever, because he was coming out the game early because they was getting it pushed in. So, Phil got him out the game, so, no injuries and none of that. And somebody decided they wanted to talk junk to Mike. And I was like, and you could hear, I don't know if it was Walton on the call, but it was Marv Albert on the call. Like, I don't know if you want to do that. I don't know if you want to talk trash to Michael Jordan in a situation where he's had the worst game of his playoff career. Yeah, I got to go. Maybe tomorrow I'll find out what the numbers were for game number 5, because I think they closed it out in Game 5, too. I think it was 3 games down. The Sonics were 3 games down. And the Bulls ended up closing them out in Game 5. But I want to see if Mike just went out and, like, hammered them for, like, 45 or some nonsense like that. Those were the days. Those were the days.
You know that probably happened.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's Michael Jordan, dude. Like, whose bright idea would that be? Like, I'm already down. You already down 3-0. About to be down 3-1 after this game's over with. And you feel like this is the time? Like, right now. This is when you need to talk junk to that guy? Fine. Whatever happens to you after that is on your own head. I'm going to take a break here and come back and finish talking about Game 3. Start talking a little bit about Game 4 and some of the things we might expect to see in this game based on some of the things we may have seen at the end of Game 3 for the Warriors, and as in Game 3 as a whole for the Cavaliers, as well as some of the stuff we may have heard today talking about adjustments and things of that nature. We are Sports Kings Live. I am Big Mike.